let's talk a little entertainment news today. All right. So I'm seeing that it's a lot going on. So I'm seeing that number one, they didn't put 11 new charges on R. Kelly. Okay, I guess the courts in the DA in Chicago maybe. Look, this has been going on forever and ever and ever. Okay, that man already went to court. They couldn't find anything. You know, they should have. This mess should have been going on a long time ago, even before the first court case. In my opinion, just go ahead, stop trying to charge him, slap the the handcuffs on him, and take his ass straight to jail. You know, because at this point he done already ruined his credibility with his fans. I think RCA, BMG, I think BMG has, or whoever he's with, I think he's with BMG, or he was, they have dropped him. So he doesn't have a record company anymore. Half of the people who have associated with him in the past no longer associate with him because they're scared they're going to get wrapped up in some legal stuff. And then the other half who he's pissed off, now they telling on him. Okay. He's been muted from radio. So the only way you're going to really hear R. Kelly is if you ask Alexa to play some R. Kelly. And then
shuffling songs by R. Kelly.
Alexa, no. Alexa off. See? She was already ready to play DJ. Also, sorry about that. I'm too close to the bedroom, so he's taking gigs to get money and he's not performing. So eventually he's gonna get wrapped up in a few lawsuits over that, because there's a video floating around, viral video, where he was supposed to perform at some gig, some festival, and he didn't even. And y'all, them black folks, we act up. If we come to see you and you show up and you leave, we gonna get our money's worth. If you tell me I can't get my money, I'm gonna get my money somehow. Some of them people were taking chairs, they were cursing, they were mad, and you know what it was? Especially if you saw that video, right? He said, "Oh no, ain't no young girls out there. Look at all them old birds. Look at all them old girls out there, old enough to be my mama. I came here to hunt." You know. So he wasn't feeling that. He didn't want to bump and grind, get his fiesta on with no old girls. Like I said, at this point, just take his silly ass straight to jail. You know, just it don't make no sense to keep all this up. Keep wasting the taxpayers' money in the city of Chicago. You know. Tying up the courts, tying up people's time and everything, just send his ass straight on to jail. See what else is going on? Oh, it's Friday, so Rocket Man officially opens today, and supposedly, I guess the studio Paramount wanted Elton's producers and Elton John to cut down or cut some of the sex and drug usage out of the movie. I guess they wanted to make it more family friendly. This is a 70s rock icon who found his sexuality during the 70s, who lived a life in the closet and struggled with depression, tried to put his head in the oven and commit suicide. So there's no way his life was going to be PG-13. Now Queen might have wanted to cut back on some of all of that, because it has been said, even by Sacha Baron Cohen, that it was very watered down. I was expecting a lot more. So I guess somebody's gonna have to do a Netflix movie or something else, or another Queen movie. directly about Freddie and all he went through, because it was a little watered down. But that's just my opinion. But I liked the Bohemian Rhapsody. I've seen it twice, but I thought it should have been a little bit more grittier. But they were really focusing on the band itself and not just Freddie. So you can't you can't cut whatever's in the movie. It should be there, okay, or whatever they wanted to put in there. I haven't seen it. I could have went to see it last week for a sneak preview. If you go see it, please leave your comments in the comment area. Let me know. Tell me about it, because I'm very interested. I might go see it really soon. But shit, Judy, I'm 4 movies behind. I still haven't seen Pokemon Detective or Detective Pokemon. I still haven't seen Captain Marvel, even though the DVD is on its way from the Disney Movie Club. I haven't seen Endgame, because I didn't want to see Endgame until I saw Captain Marvel. Oh, God, what else am I behind on? I think 1 or 2 other movies. I know I'm behind, okay? It's just been a busy season. I've been working on my weight and all that stuff. So with the talk of Rocket Man, and they're talking about Oscar buzz already, and it's a little early for Oscar buzz. So now they're talking about there's a possibility of doing a Madonna biopic and doing a Boy George biopic. Now, I know in England or overseas, there was a TV movie done some time ago based on Boy George's book, Take It Like a Man. If you haven't read his book, I think you should. And I think you'd be very interested. I would be very interested in seeing a biopic done based on his books. I haven't read the follow-up to Take It Like a Man, but I know there is a follow-up book, okay? I think his life will be very interesting as a biopic, and it's going to be R-rated, okay? Because the stuff that's in that book is hardcore. His drug usage, all the stuff that he went through during the 90s, his depression, supposedly the fights and the abuse between him and John Moss, and all that stuff. So there's no way they're going to be able to make a PG-13 watered down family friendly Boy George movie. Madonna's story, on the other hand, I wouldn't want to see that as a movie, but I think it would make a good Netflix drama TV series. I think it would, because you could start with her as a kid and all the things going on at her home, with her home in Detroit with her family. You can go into the 70s, you can go into the 80s, then you can go into the 90s and all that, with her being Madonna. So yeah, Madonna's story can be definitely a TV show, just like they did they did Celia. Okay, Celia was so great. If you haven't seen it, if you love Celia Cruz, and it's on Netflix and it has subtitles, I'm telling you right now, that telenovela is over 86 episodes long, so be prepared. But it was so good, and it actually made me tear up a little bit at the end when she died, but that was her life. And I'm telling you, 86 episodes long, it was worth it, okay? I went through that thing so quick. I think 2 months. It took me 2-3 months to go through it, but I watched all of it, okay? Now, supposedly talking about biopics or superstar stories, I went on the Selena website because I was going to order, just order me a shirt, because I saw one in the size I can fit for right now. They actually have on the front page about the Selena drama Bayou series that's going to be on Netflix. So I'm looking forward to that in a way, and I really don't understand why we're going to have, why they decided to do that when they already did the movie. Even back when they did the movie, I thought they jumped on the movie a little too fast. I really did, because I'm thinking, okay, it hasn't even been, I think the movie came out in 97, or I have to go back and look. Don't quote me on that. But I went to the movies and saw it. It was heartbreaking, especially it was heartbreaking the night when she died, because I remember when she died, I came in, I was at class and I came in and I know my roommate was sitting there watching CNN or something, and he was like, hey, ain't this that chick you listen to sometime? And I'm like, who are we talking about? And then I see that, this story about Selena being shot and killed. But I still think to this day that movie was made too fast, too soon. But it made Jennifer Lopez a star, and it actually introduced Selena to the global masses. So, and it still does. So I guess it's a good thing. But well, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this TV show. I think it's in production, or it's already finished, in conjunction with Univision. So I know there was a lot of drama behind it in regarding to a story that her husband wanted to tell versus once again her daddy and Q Productions controlling everything. So I understand why they want to control, because they want to keep it. They want to keep it their story, their version. But you know what? In this day and age, especially after Michael Jackson's Leaving Neverland, you know what? This one-sided stuff, it's got to stop. Because we all know, and we're not stupid, there's two sides to every story. So if you continue to just want to present one side of somebody, and I understand you're trying to protect their legacy, but all you're doing is painting a false legacy, keep creating a false legacy. Because in reality, there is two sides to every story. And y'all should actually let her husband, y'all should let Chris have his moment. Not just the book, also the book y'all keep trying to play down and all this other stuff. All these lawsuits. Well, oh my goodness. But like I said, you know what? That's all that's going on in the world. Oh, shit. You know what? Let me talk about this shit. Well, I got a chance. So supposedly there's a Whitney Houston album coming out, okay? And there's a Whitney Houston tour. But the tour, oh my God, okay. So Pat Houston, who a lot of Whitney's, her fans are divided about Pat and her involvement with Whitney's legacy and, and everything. And them ongoing management of Whitney's estate and legacy. So Pat Houston has got with a company, and this company, they getting the licensing and the rights to all her past masters and recordings, imaging and her likeness and everything. Okay, so Pat brokered this deal, and one of the first two things they want to do is, since this Whitney docu movie that came out, which I just really thought, I watched it. It really was just, I'm glad I waited till it came out on cable to see it, because I really thought they should have at least focused in on a real movie and not that, because in a way too, I didn't like the fact how they made sure that Whitney didn't really talk about anybody else, but that how she went in on Paula Abdul, talking about Paula Abdul ain't shit, fuck Paula Abdul. You know what? That probably hurt Paula Abdul's feelings. Okay? To hear that after all these years, maybe she's already known about it. Maybe she didn't pay attention to it, but I'm sure people told her about it. But you know what? That wasn't right for how they clipped, when they were showing pieces of this movie in places, how they made sure to show that. Paula Abdul probably never done nothing to Whitney Houston, but they wanted to make sure that they put that out there. I guess they were trying to show Whitney as a real person, or her invulnerability or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, so they got this. They have this hologram tour that's coming out. I didn't ask for a hologram tour. I know they were talking about it with ABBA. I can understand what ABBA in a way, because ABBA, they're still alive, but they do not want to get together. They're a bunch of exes. They're enjoying their separate lives. They're older. And there's a lot of people out here, I don't understand. A hologram, okay, I don't get it. I don't really think it's necessary. It must gonna play in small theaters, small venues, because I really, don't see how they're gonna make it work. But this album I'm kind of looking forward to, because what it is it's tracks that were originally recorded for Whitney's debut album, but because Clive Davis and the A&R people at Arista felt that it was too R&B, they wanted to make they wanted to make her a black Barbra Streisand or Melissa Manchester, who was also on the same label as Whitney, or whatever the case may be. They wanted to turn her into that, so they wanted a more lighter album. They wanted something very more, and they really got that once they went towards the Whitney's second album, Whitney. But there are a bunch of tracks. Pretty much they had a whole album done, and like I said, Arista said, no, this is too R&B. So I'm looking forward to that, because there's a handful of songs out that I think actually came out like on Jermaine Jackson's album, and some B-sides and stuff. So it's going to be interesting for that. Now I know there's another YouTube influencer. She said that ain't nobody checking for that. Ain't nobody checking for, you know what? But there are some people who would like to hear it. And we ain't saying that it's going to make 2 million, 3 million. Those days are over, okay? But it would be good to hear what Whitney could have done if they would have just put out the original material, like, that was recorded, and maybe hear what this material was, and we can judge as ourselves as a public, as a buying public or music loving public, on exactly what this album, what the material would have been like, and if it would have been good or not, if it would have made her the superstar, because her debut album, made her star. So, and on that note, Judy, the world don't stop, so that means entertainment don't stop. I'm sure we're gonna get together and kiki on some more Hollywood bullshit sooner or later. So until then, put that in your tea mug and sip on it, and you tell your mama I said, hey, I love you, talk to you later, baby.